The snow is melted and spring is in the air outside the XL Energy Center, but inside, the Wild will look to avoid an avalanche. It's a critical Central Division showdown tonight with Colorado in downtown St. Paul.
Rantanen, one of the top power play goal scorers in the league, fourth best with 16 extra attacker tallies this year. MacKinnon moves in, a shot and a save by Dubnyk.
But see how he sees Kunin a little bit too high? Kunin gets circling around the top, and that's just a green light for a guy like MacKinnon.
Girard starts out. Gives to Kerfoot. Over the Minnesota line. Wilson drops it back. Soderberg, a shot and a save by Dubnyk. Soderberg's a player to watch. Cole able to poke it past Donato. It comes out toward the line. Rask just does hold, but now the Avs on the attack with Soderberg. Soderberg cuts to the middle, a shot off the glove of Dubnyk, and Wilson threw it right through the blue, trying to deflect it off of Dubnyk. Ian Cole works in. Good start for the Avs here tonight. Soderberg tried to center. Free to Barrie. He scores.
Got the Wild running around, and boy, they just did not get the puck. They just kept chasing and chasing and chasing, and eventually, well, look at Dubnyk. He's looking out the wrong side of Rantanen. Rantanen's doing a great job of just taking the vision away from Devan Dubnyk.
Spurgeon with it up high. He has a power play goal in each of the last two games. Fiala in the middle, Parise. Back up high, Spurgeon. Across for Suter. Suter moves in, a shot. It was deflected. Parise on the rebound. Saved by Grubauer. Fiala mishandles, recovers, finds Spurgeon. Fire, save Grubauer. Spurgeon again to Fiala. A shot blocked by Cole. Rebound along the end wall. Cleared up the board. Spurgeon trying to hold. Loose puck. Stahl knocks it into the corner for Parise. Parise to Fiala. Back up high, it's Suter. Suter fires. That's blocked out front. Suter holds his own. Gives to Stahl. His shot blocked. Parise tries to keep it alive. Cole sends it out to Soderberg. Power play over. Stahl supports for the Wild. His pass into the corner. Girard knocked off the puck by Parise. Parise tried to walk toward the slot, and he was tied up just enough by JT Compher. Stahl wins the draw. Zucker gives to Suter. Suter shot tipped out front. Parise on the backhand. Sent it just wide. Stahl for Zucker. That goes just wide. Best chances of the period for Minnesota. Now the Avs come back the other way. 2-on-1. Spurgeon breaks it up. Graves, the trailer, sent it wide. Centering pass by MacKinnon. A sprawling Spurgeon knocks it to the wall. Barrie to Graves, a drive, and that goes up into the netting, out of play. What a look for Minnesota off the offensive zone face-off win.
Gets right back and thrown to the net, and Parise just rolls it by the net. And look at Grubauer. I mean, Grubauer's laying on his back, and that is a bad sign for any goaltender, and the Wild just couldn't get anything towards the net. Good back check, good block.
Suter leaves it behind for Fiala. Fiala over the Colorado line. Got it to Spurgeon. Wild gets set up with Suter. Parise back up high for Suter. Suter's long shot got through, saved Grubauer. Stall for Parise, and Grubauer is able to cover. Fiala sends it back up high for Suter. Suter works to the middle. Spurgeon sneaks down low. They score! Zach Parise on the deflection, and we're even 1-1.
Watch him reach across the other side of his body and just deflects it downwards past the blocker of the goaltender Grubauer. This is just a skill that a lot of players continue to get better at, but Zach Parise has always been good at it.
Zucker grabs a loose puck into the Avalanche zone. Stahl back for Zucker. His backhander deflects in behind the net. Parise on it there. Comes free to the point for Brodin. His shot got through. Save Grubauer. Stahl fires. Skate. Save Grubauer.
Shot on goal up high. Gets deflected. Rebound not controlled, and the Wild stay on it. But this pass right here, oh boy, what a save.
Sealer for Greenway, knocked off of his stick. Calvert for Jost moving in. His shot hit Kerfoot and deflects into the corner. Jost to Barrie, a drive. That also hit Kerfoot out front. Long shot by Johnson, knocked away. Wilson sends one off the post.
A few good shifts, and this deflection goes off the stick, the cheater, and then the post. And look at that, Devan Dubnyk's stick is stuck in the netting, and the knob of his stick is just small enough that it fit through the netting. And finally, he was able to wrestle it free.
Centers wanted Fiala. It's tipped away. Jost battling with Fiala. Got it out front. Greenway kicked away by Grubauer. Victor Rask starts ahead. Passing the skates of Fiala. Fiala then run over by Graves as he tried to enter the Colorado zone.
Now, Graves had one mindset, and that is to take the body, and he did.
Fiala slow to his feet. He'll limp toward the bench. Skirmish in front of the Minnesota goal. Wilson scores! And Dubnyk protesting. Officials say, hey, we'll talk about it. There was a lot of traffic in the Minnesota crease, but Wilson comes around on the wraparound and flips it upstairs to put Colorado in front.
After coach's challenge video review, there is goaltender interference. We have no goal.
This to me was an absolute no-brainer. And across for Spurgeon. Spurgeon's pass intended for Cunnin intercepted. Spurgeon was then hit on the play. Here's Jost in alone. He scores. Well, we've talked about how seldom Jared Spurgeon gets caught behind the play. Here, he tried to throw a pass to Luke Cunnin, and Cunnin was breaking the other direction. And that resulted in an odd man rush situation and a low breakaway for Colorado. Cross ice for Patterson. Steps into it, leaves it for Zucker. Zucker across for Stahl. Just skipped by him, he centers. Zucker on the backhand, shot it wide. Stahl shot out front, deflected away. Barry back to McKinnon. Rantanen in the middle, Comfer, a point-blank shot saved by Dubnyk. Brown bumped by Johnson as he carries it in. Foligno tried to center, fair, fires over the top of the goal. Rebound held by Suter. His shot tipped just wide by Brown. Blocked by Brown. Girard has it back. Into the corner, Jost. Back up high, Girard. Wilson and drive. Pad save Dubnyk. And the rebound was wide. Suter cleared. Rantanen controls. Taken down by Stahl. McKinnon drives to the middle. McKinnon fires. I'm not sure how Dubnyk saw it. Bumped by Foligno. Wilson tied up by Suter. Brown holds. Drops to Fair. Fair fires. Tipped wide. Brown on the rebound. And Grubauer got a pad across to stop that one. Rask starts it back. Launches one high in the air. And the bouncing puck controlled by Aberg. He sends it rink wide. Greenway's there. Rask out front. Aberg! Saved by Grubauer!
Oh my, that is otherworldly. Oh, that was such a tremendous passing play to get the puck out front. Boy, did Grubauer read that one right from the start.
Donato to Cunnin, back to Donato. Donato tries to cut past Barry, save Grubauer, Fiala on the rebound. Puck winds up behind the net, but Fiala lost the handle on it. Dubnyk starts toward the bench, he's off. Extra skater for Minnesota. Empty net behind. Greenway dumps it into the Colorado zone. Cole back to pick it up. Sends one the length of the ice and scores into the empty net from almost 200 feet away with a minute 54 to go. It's 3-1 Colorado. And the Wild will now face a challenging schedule down the stretch. All 8 remaining opponents currently hold a playoff spot. And Minnesota has work to do, trailing Arizona by a point.